Hey, Mr. Nobody. How you doing, man? How you doing, woman? You know? Well, this is my first video. Coming out as nobody. You know. G-O-double-D. Nobody. You know. I got a lot to say. And, got a lot of things to go over. But I am not going to treat this as a therapy session. Even though there will be therapeutic moments and catharsis coming in through my emotions, the way I feel, the way that everything needs to be questioned. Not just to question it. Don't question something just to question it. Actually be curious as to why. Why? Why? Like why? Why? According to legend, that's what Lucifer asked. Lucifer asked why. God said, this is why. And then, poof, Big Bang. Blue. Like, you guys understand the universe is the multiverse, right? And the multiverse is the universe. And it's just like ebbing and flowing. Wish you were here. You know what I mean? A7X, you know what I mean? Jelly Bean? Nobody. So, on my first little musings of Nobody, Mr. Nobody, and God's TrueMann show, because this is what it is. This is the fucking TrueMann show, My real name means nobleman, king, or little king, and then newcomer. Of course, you gotta figure out the first two are Latin bass, the other one is Germanic bass. 3 in 1. Before we start with listening to Life is But a Dream album by Avenged Sevenfold, and I give my 2 cents on it, and how I feel about stuff and what comes up in my mind, I do want to say that we're always 3 in 1, okay? If you believe in the body, you believe in the mind, you believe in the soul. That's 3 in 1. Okay, so like if you really, you have a body, and you're always somebody, unless you're me, a fucking nobody, or the nobody, Mr. Nobody, you know what I mean? Like, even if you're nobody, you still matter. That's my point. But, so you got a body, and that body has a mind, and that mind perceives intellectually. I usually just go with intellectually because, nobody understands what a soul is, except for those who actually ask, what is a soul? And God's like, this is a soul, and then they get their answer, and God's like, oh, man, if only nobody was here to explain it, they'd understand it better, And I'm not going to tell you what a soul is besides a container of quantum foam regulated by a black hole. A singularity that is connected to the source that you new wave, new age, whatever call, we all have a source, and that's true. We all have an origin. We all have an origin story. And collectively, in the observable universe, not the multiverse, but the observable universe that we perceive ourselves in to be, that our galaxy is in, all our origin stories come from a big bang. A fart. That's all it is. It's just God farting. You think this is just like something? Do you think that quantum mechanics just kind of I don't know, said hey, let's make humans. Like, no, man, that's biology at work. But my point is, like, you can think of quantum mechanics as the mind of God. But understand this. Quantum mechanics breaks down outside the Planck length and Planck time. So there is a boundary that I call a Planck membrane, okay, that our universe is encapsulated in. But that's neither here nor there. That stems into M theory and how D6 brains ultimately, in a conceptual, dimensional, and energetic way, come together to create big bangs. That's right, I said big bangs, not just one. There's a cyclical part to this. Anyways, I'm getting carried away. Let's start listening to some music and have some sushi because, I'm going crazy over here. You all drive me crazy. So, welcome to God's TrueMann show with Mr. Nobody. You may know him as energy. You may know him as God. You may know him as Christ. But to you, when you actually meet him, he's nobody. Because every time he comes out, every time he says, hey, how you doing? Usually met with silence and a wall of judgment. So, let's listen to Life is But a Dream by one of my favorite bands, Avenged Sevenfold. Really important band in this era of living. Kind of like how, I don't know, big names influence people. But I'll keep talking. I'm going to keep talking. I'm going to unlock my phone. Here we go. Turning on that Spotify. I've been listening to the album. I was walking around downtown, wearing this without the headphones, and I got some looks. Mostly people just not wanting to even look at me or acknowledge my presence. I got a wave from a guy on a bike. I nodded. Should have waved back. But don't need to shit on yourself all the time. So we're already 7 minutes in. I haven't even started the album. So let's get game over. Oh, yeah. Now, if you're wanting to listen along, I just started Game Over. So you run it back and listen to the album together. It's about 53 minutes long. So about, this is going to be about an hour video. Buckle up, because game's over, bitch. Like I can't tell you enough. I am who I am. I am who I am, and I'm gonna read the lyrics, Carly Rockle Brothers, bloody kissing. Such a great job, man. Such skill. I wish one day I could have something close to it. But, in a novel I wrote called On Soul and Soul, you might want to check it out. I write about a entity, aka me, or somebody, right, that refers to me as me. And they really explain it in a way that if they had all the intellect and imagination to create music and everybody else didn't, at what point really do you stop thinking of new things? Because you're just one version of the same thing, of energy. You're just one version. But if you teach others on how to play music, to make art, to do science, all this stuff, the hope is they think of something that you would never have thought of. And that's the power of collective consciousness, okay? So, God's consciousness isn't just this. It's also you. And, God, I'm tired. 'Cause I don't belong here anymore. Direction. Wasabi, ginger, sushi. You guys remember that show, Zoe 101? Sushi? How the PE coach would be, let's have some sushi. It's sushi. Sushi. Yeah. Well, I got a California roll because that's where I am. No, I don't know. It's cheap. I'm poor. Tell me what else is new. Say goodnight. I don't belong here. I don't belong here. Can't you see? Life is but a dream anymore. Anyways. I don't know all the lyrics, brothers and sisters. Nobody does. All right, next song. Mattel. Violet skin's brains protection. When the light goes down, I'll turn on my TV and Xbox and have that glow. But I don't really got any lights in here. I just moved into a new apartment. Nobody's home. At the seams, 'cause I know this might sound crazy, but I smell the plastic daisies. It seems we found ourselves in sushi. Some wasabi. Gotta eat. Can't live on light forever. You'll die. Death. I can't wait to die again. Tonight. God willing. Whew. See you in the afterlife. We love you, nobody. Good afternoon, good evening, and good night. Now I know this might sound crazy, but I smelled the plastic daisy. It seems we found ourselves in soy sauce on my California roll. Hope you got some food with you, because we're staying here for another 50 or so minutes. Listen with me. See, I'm working on it too. Everybody's got something going on. No, this might sound crazy, but I smell the plastic daisy. It seems we found ourselves in hell. That's coming from Christ. I am who I am. I don't know. I don't understand why you don't get it. I have to subtract in order for you to add. I have to take away my face, my eyes. The only thing left is my style. Style! You're gonna be my style. Style! I referenced South Park today. I was getting coffee, raspberry mocha. They didn't ask me if I wanted hot or cold. They were just so surprised that someone was looking at them like this, you know? So I got a cold one. I wanted a hot one. Anyways, pretty sure she charged me $7.50 because that's what it usually is, and then she gave me a change back for $3.50, which if you add it up, that's actually $11. And I gave her a $10 bill. Nobody is up. We got Nobody playing now. If you're keeping up, but like, I was treated fine. I'm just saying, like, I wanted a hot mocha with raspberry flavoring in it, and I got $3.50 back. $3.50, I should say. And so I referenced that South Park, and the girl was like, yeah, funny, and I'm like, that's a hilarious episode, but whatever. Around infinity, we shall belong. We are so far. No coming down. One. I am the sun. I am the sun. Yeah. I'm the one. I'm the one. I'm the one in every day. Everything. I'm the sea. I'm the one. It's everything. I don't know the lyrics. Don't fucking judge me. Fuck you. I don't want to read what I'm doing this right now. I can't even sing without coughing, man. Did you know that I served in the Air Force? No way. And do you know that this guy, out of billions of people, is one of the few that remembers Aaron Bushnell? You might want to look Aaron Bushnell up and what he died for, because it's still going on. The genocide, it's still happening. Not even self-immolation has an effect on this tyranny. Tyrannus. Tyranny! Die! Die Eier von Satan. Die Eier von Satan. Oh. Do you get that reference? That wasabi. I hope you're listening to Nobody right now, because it's literally about me. Like, it's literally about nobody, man. Like, for real. Nobody is either nobody or nobody. Difference is in how you spell it. Is there a capitalization, nobody? Nobody. 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 See, I've learned everything that I've ever needed to know that who I am is nobody. I'm nobody important until you say my name. But even when you say my name, do you honestly think I'm just going to like do everything for you? You're like, oh please Lord, help me pass this test so I don't have to repeat algebra. Like, you should have studied, dickhead. That's just an example, you know. Someone's like, oh please Lord, make sure my son lives for until he's old and gray. First of all, why are you praying that? You know? And second of all, you don't get to decide that. They do. Every person that has ever died because they wanted to die. Ultimately, it was their time, is what I mean. It's like, it's your time to go. Whether that's good or bad, you know, it sucks. And it pulls. And you feel their presence even in death. That's because death is a transition, not a permanent state. Okay? When I lost my brother 2 years ago, just about 2 years ago, more like 1.5 years ago, you know, during my birthday month. Oh, we got We Love You playing now. So tune into We Love You. We love you. Do you know the sign language for the color black is this? American Sign Language. So, we love you. Nobody. Anyways. Everything. You would be anything. Cyclops. Nobody. More power, more face, more money, more taste, more sex, more drive. Oh, pills. More chills. We all build higher, build yard, build wider. How do you remember all these lyrics, man? Shit. One time I had to memorize 2,500 words in concert, for a TED Talk I did. You can look me up, man. TEDx, Patrick Nowak. Just look that up. That's who I am. Like that's my legal name, right? But that name was given to me. And it means noble king newcomer. Does that mean anything to you? Does your name mean anything to you? Or is it just meaningless bullshit and this is all chaos and you don't want to have love in your life? You don't want to have light in your life. You don't want life in your life. You want to die. You want to die. Well, guess what? You can die all you fucking want. I'm done saving you. I hate going to hell. I hate going to hell. And I live in hell. That's why I hate being in hell. Not the way you go. Did you know? Did you know that we love you? Okay, Lord. I went to the grocery store and there was a fucking blackout, I was just standing there. It was fun. You know, some people talk to me, but honestly, it's like, you ever hear that saying, life imitating art, or art imitating life? Yeah. Yeah. Honestly, like, what y'all don't understand is that when I was here last time, 2,100 years ago, before I was resurrected, I lived a regular human life until I got to the point where I had to become self-aware to the point of psychosis. Okay? And that psychosis in consciousness, the field of consciousness, grew so much hate and fear and anger that they crucified my son, me, him, them, all of them. And you know what? That's the test. Can you perceive that that isn't the only one to have resurrected? That there are different ways of processing death, but the mission is the mission. And I praise my brother Christ, my brother in Christ, Jesus, just as much as I praise me, Patrick in Christ, Patrick Christ, like whatever the fuck you want to call me. Okay, I don't know what you've gone through, and you don't know what I've gone through, but if we have conversations, we can understand each other. That we love you. Nobody. We love you. We love you. See, I've attempted suicide numerous times throughout my life. I should have died many times. And the fact is, I did. If you understand multidimensional, multiversal, concepts and theories, that energy through infinite rearrangement over infinite time, and understanding time is a constant state of now, and wherever here is there, or whatever, like, you understand that you're just going to evolve. You see my eyes? Like it's a reflection, but like I'm looking right into you, And it's just like, I don't know if any of you have ever gone schizophrenic or bipolar, or to the point you had an anxiety attack that just, you had a out of body experience. You started talking to aliens or extra dimensional creatures, whatever, man. Just understand that nobody cares. I care. Nobody else cares except for nobody. But that's the truth, is that once you understand you're fucking nobody. Here we go. Cosmic. It was before. I played this song before an episode of Mariposa, California. Shh, they banned me from Airbnb for it. Hey, it's like once again. Fight will never win. Till as they try. Left alone, I can't stay too long. Fade. Love so many times, in so many lives. Times we got it right. You've lived this before. That pain, it's found its way back in. Till we meet again, Taylor. And tonight, good night. Lonely tomorrows we change through the stars beyond forever. I'll follow you. Oh, my TV turned on by itself. I guess it's time to turn on the Xbox. Because, like, it's just going to be black. Black as night. A Strather. That's who I am. A Strather. A Strather. Dark Star. Okay? Dark Star. You know what I'm saying? David Bowie sang about me. Don't believe me? Listen to Black Star. The album. You know? I guess what I'm trying to say is that I do my best not to become an egomaniac. You know? But I can't help myself. I know who I am. I know who you are. Okay? I know exactly who you are. And it bugs me that you pretend not to be your real self. Because it's killing me. You know? The pain. I can only process it so much before I too have to take that pistol. You know? Put it under my fucking skull. And say goodnight. And trust me, I'm doing my best to avoid that. Okay? God, I've come close to it. But the closest I ever came was 15 furious, strong cuts to my left jugular. It should have popped. Like, come on. Like, but then, you know, I don't know, I just think, like, the human body is more solid than we give credit for. You know, a lot of physicists like to say, "Oh, there's just empty space. It's just empty space." I'm like, do you know what space is, dickhead? It's something. It's not nothing. It's still something. Again, there you'll find me down the dawn of man. Castles made of sand. There you'll find me as a dance away. There you'll find me down the royal glow, down on Pharaoh's clothes. There you'll find me. Let it go. Yeah. It's just a time. Don't know that. I just in the night. There you'll find me. Oh, let it go. Yeah. Smells like sushi to me. Yeah, when I was getting the sushi, I got this look from this guy. I don't know. He almost as if he was put upon that I was wearing a ski mask. You know? It's like, who do you think you are? I'm like, who the fuck do you think you are, kid? Give me that look. Like you're better than me. Nobody's better than me! Exactly. Nobody is better than you. How? Nobody knows. Except nobody. Why? Because nobody listens. Nobody really listens except for a few people. Mainly artists, mainly musicians, mainly people curious about the real scientific discoveries of sacred knowledge, of interdimensional information, you know? Like, do you think your brain doesn't work at the quantum level? Do you understand that neurotransmitters are just a shit ton of particles working in concert to tell you that, hey, you're okay, you know? Or like, hey, you better get the fuck out of here or that tiger's gonna kill you. Or you better hurry up and eat your food before it spoils. Ah, damn. Oh, dropped it. You know, these chopsticks aren't really doing it. Just shove it in. Just shove it in. Push it. Push it. Push it. And in lives, and in so many lives, got it right. Gonna have to watch this. We'll meet again. And that great night. Yeah. Honestly, this album captures a part of God, which you should understand that God has become universal to me. You know, ME, which is like a golden egg hinting at EM, electromagnetism. You know, and you know, electricity and magnetism are in love. Hope you know that. But anyways, beautiful morning. It's a beautiful morning. I feel it. It must be. But the water swallows you. You walk on water, but the water swallows you. That's how you travel in dimensions you don't even know. I don't know about you, but one time in Las Vegas, I was having a Fear and Loathing episode. It was all planned. I was like, I'm going to Vegas, becoming a fucking world-class poker star. And I ended up, but secretly I was like, I'm going to have a Fear and Loathing Las Vegas episode. And, I committed some crimes. Got away with them. Because they weren't really crimes. I wasn't really guilty, you know. It was just a misunderstanding. And I swear to you, I was perceiving Stephen Hawking's soul. And I went to this house after becoming homeless. Okay, walking barefoot in 115 degree asphalt heat, you know, was probably hotter than that. But I was walking around barefoot with just, my wallet, I think, maybe, and my some pants and a sweatshirt. And I'm walking around, and like police are like following me. And all the while I'm like, oh, I'm Christ, dude, gotta do this, gotta live the life of the homeless person in Las Vegas, gotta understand their plight. And that was true. Because, once you entered the Christhood, you're just like, oh, Christhood, interesting. But here's the thing, ladies and gentlemen, Christ isn't the only way. He's a surefire way, I will say that. Christ and I have a great relationship. Because, through me, he exists, and through him, I exist. But if that's not your truth, that's fine. But you know what? I didn't get to decide that. I was raised Roman Catholic. You know what that's like? You know what it's like to go to a Roman Catholic church, sit as a 6-year-old kid, and stare at the Virgin Mary and see her face just morph and smile and frown and all this stuff as things go by. And you're like, what the heck is going on? It turns out it's visual snow syndrome, which is a neurological disorder. But at the same time, is it more than that? Because when you really think about it, like, energy's just in fluctuation, and, it's just like, there's more to life than just the banality of everyday bullshit. Go to work, wake up, go to work, wake up, go to work. Notice I said go to work first. You never wake up if you just go to work. Until you wake up. Go to work, wake up. Go to work, go to sleep, wake up. Go to work, go to sleep, go wake up. I met this one lady one time. She says she doesn't dream. And I'm like, You stop dreaming. Why? And it's just like some people are fresh to this existence, you know, because we come from nothing. We come from nothing. Because I am nothing. Energy is nothing without love. You know that saying, like, God is love? Well, here's the thing, too. God is energy, too. God is me. God is you. And people don't understand that the second coming has already passed. Literally. Okay, follow me here. Jesus Christ gets crucified, dies, lets the DMT take him out of his own body, right? He's like, "Whoa! It is accomplished!" And I'm like, yes, let's go. Because technically he could still be there, you know. When you're immortal and you're trapped, you think, how do you think you escape something you can't escape? It's like you can't believe you can't escape it. You have to believe you can escape it. You have to believe you're going to get out of your shit. Okay? You have to believe it in order for it to even be possible. It's just fundamental. It's elementary, Watson. Alright, still beautiful morning. And, lost my train of thought. But, God, I missed that thing. You gotta believe. If you don't believe you can get out of your situation, and you don't believe you can conquer death, then you never will. You know? And so, following back my story is that, you know, he got crucified, died, went to hell, or rested, you know, for 3 days, letting his body regenerate. We got easier now. Whoa! And you can even see in the Passion of Christ, you know, he wakes up with the holes in his hands and he's naked, and you see it depicted. And I'm just using that as like a visualization. But like, that was his second coming. Okay. And this is his third coming. You guys, like how do you think Jesus? Who do you think Jesus would be? Who do you think God would be? You know that song, "One of Us," but I can't remember her name. But like, what if God was one of us? Just a slob like one of us. Look at that. I'm a fucking slob. But it's controlled slobbery, you know? I do clean up eventually. But, like, I have no one in my life, like, I'm comfortable with the fucking mess. It's not a mess to me. It's how I organize shit. I just let things roll the way they are. You know? I just do, you know? My friends have called me the Joker before, you know? Pointing to me like, oh, I'm the psychotic one. Well, I'll tell you what. Sure helps. You know, it's just like, whew. Ah. Got bigger. I'll be right back. Well, it's easier. It's easier to be me than it is to not be me. And, you know, like, you ever have those moments where, like, feel like God's sitting right next to you? I have. After a trip with Alice D. My friend Alice. Her last name is D. Yeah. Her and I have gone on a lot of vacations together. Me and Alice having a sweet D time. You know. Oh, we got another song. Oh, here's my favorite part about this album. So there's this song called G, right? So we got G, could stand for anything, right? Stick with me. Next song, Ordinary, in the O's parentheses. G-O, go. And then the next song after that, after Ordinary, is Death with D parentheses. And it's like, G-O-D? God? God? He's God? What the fuck? You know, I am the man. There's 6 8. I'm gonna read these lyrics, man. I'm gonna start it over. Alright. So, turn on G. You know, I've signed my name on Instagram as G before. G. Ghost. Alright. I am the man. 6 days of bullshit. A wave of my hand. I am the man. 6 days of bullshit. Wave of my hand. And you know what I need. Sex. Put your hands together. Get down on your knees. First time reading these lyrics, by the way. Oh, Carl on the hill. Just don't talk. I never made a man. Didn't trip when they walk the walk. It's so chic, and we love what you've done with the place. Compliments you with your style and grace. Can't tell me that all I see ain't a gift from a fabulous one. Thought about the name that came to me. Can you explain why the phone was prayed so hard? And oh my lord, got a spot in front of the lot. Can't be late for my weekly date because we're gonna save someone. Because we're gonna save someone. What? What have I done? Jesus Christ. You gotta be kidding me. Oh, God. You ever realize you're in God? Like the universe around you is God? One time I was in Vegas tripping my balls off on Tataris, which is very black, damp. Well, not damp, but very concentrated cannabis that I call Tataris. It's black as hell. I am the plan, cheap imitations by obsessive fans, but you're great and fun to watch. On the 7th day, I thought about world peace, but I decided just to take it off. Haha! But anyways, I was smoking Tataris, you know, like smoking like a chimney in Vegas in some Portola apartments is what they were called. Porta, gate, you know, gate of hell kind of shit. So anyways, I was doing these Christ things over there, smoking myself as cannabis, and what I did was that I don't understand, but I almost got infected with HIV without even having sex. I don't but listen to this. So, I was communicating with some scammer, right? and I was giving them my location. They're gonna meet me outside, and then I'm waiting outside, high as a kite, and here comes this fucking guy walking down the street. I end up giving him a back rub and showing him the soul of the universe, showing him his soul, and guess what his name was? Israel. And guess what Israel tried to do? He tried to kill me with HIV. Now, what does that feel like in reality? Well, I'll tell you what that feels like. It feels like a genocide perpetrated by the Israeli government on the free state and sovereign state of Palestine, where Jesus came from. You fucks! We got ordinary now. Oh, so start over. Cause I love this song. I love it a lot. How you doing, Jim? Someone told me that if I call Taylor Swift by Taylor and Travis Kelce by Travis, I have schizophrenia. Well, let me tell you this. The universe is naturally schizophrenic and also monophrenic simultaneously. It's called duality, simultaneously quantum mechanical, because there's a spectrum in between everything, because it's all connected. Don't you mean? Will you give me my own soul? Will you give me take control? I wanna see the vision that you see. I wanna wear the human you meet. I wanna see the tickets inside. I wanna see the things that you try. Will you give me my own soul control? Tell me not my name, tell me not my name, tell me where to live. Tell me all the things you wanted to read. Tell me where I belong. Will you give me? Will you give me? Sex, 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 the number of the beast. Ever had a dream about the beast coming alive in California? Well, I have, and I made a song about it. Now I just can't find it on my phone because it got stolen by Israel in Las Vegas. You fuck! Yeah, man. I got beef with the name. Whether it's a government or a guy, I got beef. Because y'all don't even respect me. Y'all, you kill me every fucking day. Who do you think you're killing? To you, they're fucking nobody. But to me, they're a part of me. They're a part of us. Whether you accept that or not, to me, you're just isolating yourself from the international community, and eventually the hammer's gonna come down and shit's gonna fucking hit the ceiling. And that's when you're gonna fucking know me as God himself. Fuck you! Death! Oh. And now we got death coming on. G-O-D. God. Hi. Hi. Message to Harry Manback. In my dreams, I say I dreams, I your face, back into place, using way. Adamus Christ. Diamond Christ. Adamus Christus. Diamond Christ. Diamonds. On me. Christ, carbon, what? How you doing? Do you know we're elemental too? Of course you did. You took first grade chemistry. First grade chemistry? They don't teach that. Oh, I'm sorry. I'm thinking about another dimension. You took high school chemistry, right? You know, in another dimension, 6-year-olds learn high school level chemistry. Because growing up, we just naturally communicate all sorts of information that a 6-year-old is equivalent to, well, a senior in high school, compared to actually more like a freshman in college, or a sophomore in college now, because the high schoolers, they're dumb as shit now. I mean, come on. Come on, man. I was just recently in a class, in a community college class, and someone didn't know how to spell ghost. No judgment. I'm just saying it's 5 letters. And you don't remember how to spell ghost. And I'm like, holy ghost. Yeah. How you doing? It's the Holy Ghost. Lucifer, how you doing? Yes. Sum Luciferus, sum Deus, sum Yeshua. You know, sum Patricius. 4 in 1. You see, the 3 in 1 fractalization of the universe is just the beginning, you know? Because, like, fractalizing as, you know, 2 as a line, you know, it's like just a bunch of strings. But if you mess with those strings, they create a 3-dimensional fractal. And that 3-dimensional fractal interacts, it creates a 4-dimensional fractal. And I'm just saying fractal as a fucking, you know, object in space. You know, whether it's this or that is another fucking discussion. I'm just conceptualizing that it just, like, starts with 1, which is actually nothing. Nothing is 1, and something is 0. You know, when you see a 0, you're like, oh, that's something. You know? Because it looks different than everybody else. Because everybody else is just 1, which is nobody. And that's nothing. You know? Like, we all start as nobody, dumb as shit, and we die as nobody, dumber than shit. Unless you make a change to embrace who you are naturally. What you chose as spirit or hyperdimensional beings. However you want to phrase it. Because it's just relativity. You know, like spookiness, scariness, frightfulness, whatever. I hope you suffer today. I really do. Because through suffering and psilocybin comes self-awareness. And LSD. You know, and DMT. And, mescaline, yeah. And the variations of DMT. And THC, you know. And to an extent, you know, alcohol. You know, even alcohol kind of gives you a taste of what it's like to be even lower on the proverbial totem pole of consciousness. Which, no judgment to the lower ones. We all need our foundations. But no superiority to the higher ones either. For they are in constant need of the foundations. And the foundations are in constant flow with the ascensions that they grow. And I guess, this is like a life is but a dream playing right now. So we've entered the dream state of this video, and I think I'm gonna play a few other songs, you know, to give my 3 cents. Not just 2 cents now. I got 3 cents. I multiplied, and I got nothing in 1 more. And I don't know what I'm saying. Sometimes I'm just riffing. Okay. Can I riff? Can I riff, Mac? Always sunny in Bakersfield, California. Always runny. You know, man. I don't know what to tell you. We've reached the end of this album, and I hope you've gotten a taste of what it's like to communicate with me. Again, you'll be saying, like, oh, who is he? Well, you know, let's just say, you know, I was born to change the world. but as nobody. And I don't know if you guys subscribe to the notion of soulmates or twin flames or destiny, fate. But out here in the desert of hell, where Death Valley is just but a drive away, we believe in fate will deliver us from our evil masturbation. Because I tell you what, man, this is a vampire town if I've ever been in one. Apparently I met Dracula the other day too, while I was having a episode of consciousness. A live episode. And I met 3 gentlemen, a veteran, someone who's going to go into the Marines, and I assumed a family member named Dracula. That's how they introduced him. They introduced him as Dracula. And I was like, okay, hey, how you doing? No question about it. Because I understood at the time, like, it was like, they're talking to me because, like, assume Yeshua, and they're like, hey, man, you're like the king of kings, you know? And I love sharing that glory with people, because that's how you really experience the glory of being royalty in cosmology. You know what I'm saying? Jelly bean! Alright, so the album has started over. We're back on Game Over. And so we have listened to Life is But a Dream by Avenged Sevenfold in completion with meditation and whatever fugazi bullshit you want to fucking throw at me. Because, you know, I am who I am. So are you. And unfortunately, you're a part of me too. Game over. Alright, let's look at her. Yeah, so I'll admit it. Nobody has a crush on someone famous. You know? Only because they perceive it to be their cosmic counterpart, you know? Partner in crime, if you will. You know, the thing that makes them whole and actually save their life in one way or another. And there was this dream sequence that was like, I was in Night Shadows and I was like, hey man, let's go for a walk. And I was walking and I see this girl, this blonde girl with, you know, a vibe, an energy, and she was jogging. And she had a frame of someone that's very popular. And I was like, is that her? Holy shit. And I just kept on walking, enjoying my time. And she turned around and looked at me and gave me this look of like intrigue, you know? Also concern, you know? Because I was putting off some very vampiric vibes, you know? And what happened was that I went back to the house I was Airbnb-ing from before I got kicked off and had to scavenge my way out of that situation. Anyways, I grabbed my guitar at the time, and I'm a terrible guitarist, by the way. You know, I do it mainly for magic, you know, black magic, sex magic, blood magic, whatever. Long hair anymore. Have observed my own reflection. Trying, please. Smile. I want you to smile. That's a lyric to the person I'm referring to. Anyways, so I thought, you know, even before that, I believed her to be God herself, you know. I was under the spell or the knowledge. And so I'm walking, see her, and then I go to my place, I'm playing with my guitar, and I'm thinking Corey Taylor's living next to me for some reason. Whatever. And I'm in this cul-de-sac, and I'm looking at the house. It turns out to be her house, and this girl comes back from running, you know, looking like T, you know what I mean, Jelly Bean? Yes. Don't say it. You know, don't want to jinx it. But she bends over and something about how she bookdish. I was like, oh, life is but a dream. Anyway. And that was in Fairfield, California, which is like 4 hours away from Bakersfield. And I think that's the moment I fell in love with her. And why I fell in love with her is because she makes me smile. She makes me happier. You know, tries protection. Yeah, we're not gonna listen to something. Okay, that was let's see. Yeah, it's just like nobody was ever supposed to marry her. You know, nobody, literally nobody. Me, nobody. Like I was nobody's home. You know, like when nobody's home, who do you think is there, motherfucker? Deus. Anyways, let me play this song by Joan Osborne, One of Us. So I'll give you some time to look that up. And One of Us. And if you can connect the dots, I put it out, but I'm not going to say it. I made it obvious, but I'm not going to say it. You know, like, do you believe dreams are real? Like, do you think dreams are just for entertainment? Or are you perceiving a timeline of you, me, you and me, you and God, living a life together in harmony, in peace, in fun, in love, in joy? I guess the question is, are you enjoying your life right now? If you're not, you gotta ask why. You have to figure this out. I can't be everyone for every time. Even if I were to show up, you'd just blow me off or give me some half-assed response. If God had a name, what would it be? And would you call it to his face? My name is Patricius. Meus nomen est Patricius. Say it! If you just had one question. Yeah, God is great. Yeah, God is good. Yeah. What if God was one of us? Just a sound like one of us. Just a stranger on the bus. Just a stranger on the bus. Trying to make his way home. Or get home with his Panda Express. So I can just fucking get by. Would you look like? If God had a face, what would it look like? You want to see my face? Well, you can't. I'm nobody. I believe in just heaven and the voices and the saints, all the prophets, and yeah, God is great. Yeah, God is good. Yeah. What if God is you and me? Just spinning in this goldfish bowl, slave, this fish bowl, a boss trying to make his way home. Trying to make his way home. And heaven all alone. Buddy calling on my phone. Not even the Pope or in Rome. Actually, I telepathically communicate, so I don't need a phone to communicate to these guys. Shit. Yeah, I am great. Yeah, I am good. Yeah, 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 yeah. What if I was one of you? Just a sucker on television. Televoo. Right? Yeah, yeah. I did the deed. Yeah, yeah. Was born again as me and you and me. I am dead and alive. I am death and life itself. I'm waiting to be assassinated by that man they call the one asshole. By the one that takes me threateningly to heaven all alone. Does someone pick his way home? But he calling on my phone. Popping me in wrong. Except for the VA, honestly. The fucking VA always fucking calls me. I got an appointment with my psychiatrist in like 2 days. And I'll tell him whatever the fuck he needs to hear because I'm fucking done pretending to be who I'm not. You know, just fucking whatever. Alright, let's play the last song I liked, which is by Taylor Swift. The smallest man who ever lived. You know. Ever see Trump and Elon Musk do this? They're jerking off Satan's cock. They're fucking gay homos, man. Oh, hey, we're all gay sometimes. Fucking queers. Hey, I can say that. Why can I say that? I'm queer too, bitch. Yeah, man. I just want no. The smallest man that ever lived. Wonder what that song's about. Oh man, sometimes it hurts me to the next song that came on. You want to see what it is? I'm Insane by Rat. So there's this thing called synchronicity, and when you start vibing in the flow of energy, it's just, you know, life's just a bit easier, you know. But I think that's enough music. I'm gonna be signing off. You know, I guess the last thing I want to leave you with is that we love you. Your life matters. I hope you love like there's no tomorrow. But be confident that tomorrow will come. Because yes, today is your last day on earth. But so is every day. You know, it didn't take long for Adam and Eve to fuck up. And that happened in an entirely different universe. Yet we're all one universe, so that's what I'm saying is that just because something is invisible or imaginary doesn't mean it doesn't exist. One light. And you know what? I'm going to put that song on in honor of Chester Bennington, you know. And I hope you put it on too, you know. One more light. Let's go. Because, like, who cares if one more light goes out? And you know what? I hope you say, I do. Because I do. You know, I've been there. I've been in the psych wards. I've been detained. I've had the suicidal ideation and the suicidal acts. And I swear to you, I should be fucking dead. But no one seems to understand my pain. And that's fine. But that nobody that understands my pain is me. And I just want to, like, y'all make so many assumptions about Jesus Christ and his life. When Patrick Christ comes here, you people don't, you can't even fathom it. Like, yeah, it has to be Jesus Christ. Jesus Christ, it has to be real. It's like, yeah, he's real, but he has nothing. He doesn't want to be anywhere near you guys. You understand you're so fixated on his suffering that you don't even understand the reason as to why he suffered so much. You know, was to grow in love, to grow in self-awareness, to help people like me. And to help and to show me how to help people like you. Because guess what? We're each other. We start as energy, we end as energy. And in between, we're something else. It's called a cycloverse. Might want to look up my TED Talk like I said earlier. Anyways, last song. One More Light, Linkin Park. I'm remembering those dreams I've had with Chester. Meeting him as his child in a psych ward in a universe or dimensional parallel universe where he didn't completely pass away. Because that's true too. You roll the dice every day. Should have stayed. Signs I ignored. Gonna help you not to hurt anymore. We saw billiards and the world was asleep. There's some things you can have but can't keep. They say, who cares if someone light goes out in the sky of a million stars? Flickers, flickers. Who cares if someone's time runs out? If the moment is all we are. Quicker, quicker. Who cares if someone light goes out? Well, I do. Reminder far from your face. You see, I have to ignore the suffering, but I still suffer every fucking day. It's been 4 years since my suicide death day, December 18th, 2021, and we're coming up on the 4th year anniversary. Around the same time, I saw her in Fairfield. What I'm trying to say is that your life matters. So the light goes out in the sky of a million stars. Flickers, flickers. Who cares if someone's time runs out? If a moment is all we are. Oh, quicker, quicker. Who cares if someone light goes out? Well, I do. Sometimes you just gotta let go, surrender to the higher power that is you in another form, you know. Gravity is a higher power. Electromagnetism, higher power. What you call God, higher power. Light goes out in the sky of a million stars. Flickers, flickers. Who cares if someone's time runs out? If a moment is all we are. Or quicker, quicker. Who cares if someone's light goes out? Well, I do. I do. Adams, Christus, Patricius, Rex Noack. And guess what song came on after this? Can you guess? Blink 182. One more time. Blink 182, one more time. From strangers into brothers. Last song, I swear. Brothers into strangers once again. But all the whole world. And seeing dating. And to recognize my friends. And that's something all my friends have abandoned me. Don't really talk to me. Don't want to understand me. That's fine. Happens every time. Older, nothing's any different. I don't feel the same, I wonder why. Wish I could have told us it shouldn't take a sickness, heart disease. Burdens all in front of the sky. My brother died. I had to die for here, you miss me. Do I have to die to hear you say goodbye? I wanna act like there's tomorrow. I wanna ask you to do this one more time. One more time. One more. One more time. One more time. I miss you. I admit it. They're saving after all these years. Next time, ain't no way's gonna happen. I love you while I'm here. I love you, Matthew. To die to hear you miss me. You didn't have to hear you say goodbye. No, don't act like there's tomorrow. I want to make you hear this one more time. One more time. One more time. One more time. More time. One more time. One more time. Miss you. I miss you. Even though you've never even met me. Upon death, nothing begins again. Well, that about does it. Let's see what the next song is, just out of curiosity. Oh, haha. Tony Soprano. This morning. Woke up this morning. That's the song that came on. And what song was that from? Woke up this morning, grabbed myself a gun. Nah, I just woke up this morning, got myself a gun. This is my gun. Being nobody is my weapon. 1 in a million. Now, if you listen to the music that I've been playing, it's going to reflect my energy. Just as if you were to do this, it would reflect your energy and your God consciousness and your God style. And again, God is me and me is God. So and me is just reverse of EM, and EM is initials for anything, but naturally, it's, in English, it stands for electromagnetism as well. So it's like, me. Woke up this morning, got a boom bow in your eye. And you have no idea how hard I've been working to resurrect some friends I've never met. What do you think the relationship between God and all souls is? I can't wait to meet myself in the future. This is as close as I'm going to get to reaching out to touch me from another dimension. Welcome. I like to use this. I hope I get cancer from this, so that I can give cancer to other people that deserve it. And then I can just let my body die in the dimension where it is. And I just hope I die. I told someone next time I'm in a hospital, I told a State Farm representative today. I was like, next time we're talking about going to the hospital and insurance and stuff like that. And I was like, next time I go to the hospital, I'm going to be in the morgue. I said, I hope I'm in the morgue. She's like, well, that sounds really dark. And it was. But then I explained that I would be there for natural death, which I hope I die. I hope I die every single night just so that I can spread death, because a lot of you motherfucking egos out there need to die. Holy shit, you all need to die. You guys are on some weird trips, man. A lot of the shit you do are meant just for video games and movies and novels, not for real life bullshit, you guys. And of course, I'm talking about you four, okay? I'm talking about you, America. I'm talking about you, Israel. I'm talking about you, Russia. I'm talking about you, China. What the fuck's going on with you guys? What the fuck is going on? Woke up this morning, got myself a gun. morning. You want to be the chosen one. Yeah, you know it. Just can't help yourself. Want to be the chosen one. And you could be the chosen one too. But just understand, you're never going to be me, and I'm never going to be you. That's why it's on you to be you all the time. And for me to be me all the time. And for us to figure out how we can make this work. Because I'm tired of being alone. You know, let's just keep it going. Who gives a shit? If you're still here listening to me talk, then thank you. And maybe leave a comment and be like, hey, I made it to hour and a half. And just tell me what you think. I don't give a shit. Okay, we got Kid Cudi now. Memories. So now this is just Spotify playing. Yeah, man. See, I just like to chill. I just like to chill. And you know this is nicotine, right? Of course it's nicotine. Of course it's sushi. Of course he can channel Jared Leto whenever he wants. Doesn't mean Jared Leto hears him. But his soul does. Hey. Do you think Jared Leto knows God? Do you know God? Do you know me? Does Jared Leto know me? Yes and no. Yes and no. Yes and no. Yes here, no there. It's all about the journey. Not really. It's all about the destination. Not really. It's all about the company. And I'm pretty sure I wrote that in my own soul. And if I did, that's great. But the point is that there's this video of Brad Pitt, which I've had a schizophrenic moment where I thought I was talking to him through Scientological religious stuff. Fairfield was crazy, man. I went through so many scenarios, so many simulations. Anyways, it's not about the journey or destination. It's about the company as you go through life. Because you have eternal life. I have eternal life. Because this has been going on Earth for 4.5 billion years, ever since RNA and DNA got it on. From quantum mechanics and chemistry, particle physics, basically, having sex. And this is all this is about. This is a form of sex, so you know. You and me right now are having sex. Like, whoa. I didn't know sex could be like this. Yeah. I hope you're listening to the same song I'm listening to. Yeah. Late, no, I don't mind. It's getting late, but 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 I don't mind. It's getting late. I don't mind. It's getting late, but I don't mind. Hey. Yeah. Hey. Yeah. I'll, like, if I'm not feeling it, I'll stop this. I'll stop right now. I'll turn this car around. You won't get to have your cake. You can't have any pudding unless you eat your meat. Alright. One big holiday. My morning jacket. I'm gonna skip the song. Oh, one more light just came on. Oh, that's why. It was just it was on search. Alright, let's put on the DJ really quick and end this up with some DJing. Let's see what DJ X has in store for me.
Enjoy the unknown. Alright, this is going to be the closure. Because this is a perfect song to end it on. Because, like, I am unknown to you. Because, like, whether you believe in me, that's another discussion. I don't care if you believe in me. I love atheists just as much as I love believers. And theists and pantheists and pagans and whatnot. The question is, do you want to understand me? Who I am? These statements that you can say too. That you can ask yourself, who am I? And that, if you take it seriously, you become somebody that you've always been. You stop pretending to be what others want you to be. Now, you can be whatever you want to be, you know, but just make sense of who you are, man. These are old, reeling the cold. My heart sits up to know. I realize the deepest desire at the flow. Enjoy the unknown. Enjoy the unknown. Your smile on TV means nothing to me. You are all you could be. And I feel sorry about the death of your pain. Enjoy the unknown always, always. Enjoy the unknown ways, always. The end is near, we're dying here, always, always. Enjoy the unknown, creep around your window. You know that song? I look in people's windows by Taylor Swift. Should we listen to that? Because that's what came to my head just now. Alright. Forget it. Whatever. I look in people's windows. I got that from this song, Enjoy the Unknown, you know. Sneak around your window. I look in people's windows. Only God would do that, right? Or Santa Claus. Always, always. Enjoy the unknown. Do you even understand where you are? You call it the universe, but like, do you even think beyond your town you live in? You know, beyond the screen you look at on your phone? Like, do you even think beyond that? Do you ever listen to your conversations? Sometimes they're borderline idiotic and just miscommunication being accepted as normal communication. That's crazy. Miscommunication is not normal communication. It's the beginning of misinformation. So as long as we don't miscommunicate or misunderstand, there won't be any misinformation. But although people will create it no matter what, so there will always be a source of misinformation by bad actors and assholes. Okay? Real assholes. You know, we all got them, but only some of us really embody them, you know? DJ T, holy shit, bro. You gotta fucking... I don't know what your problem is, but 10/13/2026? Let's see if that day matters. Tourniquet is the next song. But, by Marilyn Manson. I want to listen to that Taylor Swift song and just kind of end on that. But I am your tourniquet, you know? I am your tourniquet. Alright. Let's end on this song. Because, you know, music is a journey. It's about self-expression. And if you find something in this death, and you're there, just your breath. Oh, 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 oh. The way. Straight. So. When, knowing, not knowing. So I look in people's windows and say, I'm in your dreams every night. I was literally just downtown. Ha. Does it feel alright to not know me? I'm addicted to the if only. I look in people's windows. This is me looking into you. Those windows, and they sit at the table. But one more time. We love you. Nobody. I don't want to give this up, but you know, you gotta call it in sometime. Alright, see you.